India Strategy 2026 Build or Be Left Behind. Hi, this is Raj Sukheja, your deal and business architect. Today we are not talking motivation, we are not talking theory, we are talking positioning. India Strategy 2026 is not a slogan, it is a structural shift. And if you don't understand what is happening right now, you will spend the next decade explaining why someone else scaled faster than you. Let's get straight to it. The global reset is permanent. The world is not going through change. The world has already changed. Supply chains are diversifying, capital is relocating, technology ecosystems are being redesigned, energy transitions are accelerating, AI is compressing decision cycles. India is not on the sidelines anymore. For years, we were called a high potential market. That was polite language for not yet fully leveraged. Now, the narrative is different. Demographics, digital infrastructure, policy momentum, manufacturing push, export orientation. The macro environment is aligned, but macro strength does not automatically create micro winners. And this is where most Indian businesses get it wrong. Stop thinking growth, start thinking structural scale. Most businesses in India still think in revenue increments. Let's grow 20%. Let's add one more city. Let's add 5 more distributors. That is not strategy. That is incremental survival. India 2026 demands scale architecture. Ask yourself, is your business system driven or founder dependent? Can your operations scale without chaos? Are your processes automated? Is data guiding decisions or is instinct still dominating? If your business collapses without your daily supervision, you don't own a scalable company, you own a demanding job. The decade will reward system builders, not hustlers. Manufacturing 2.0, move up the value chain. Trading is easy, value creation is hard. Value creation builds empires. India's push into electronics, defense, manufacturing, renewables, semiconductors, specialty chemicals, automotive components, it is not cosmetic. The world wants diversified supply chains. If you're still importing and distributing with thin margins, you're vulnerable. To leverage India's Strategy 2026, backward integrate, own processing, own design, build brand, secure IP. Volume without value is fragile. Value without export positioning is power. AI is not a trend, it is leverage. Let's be blunt. If your business is not embedding AI into forecasting, finance, compliance, marketing, analytics, inventory optimization, you are building inefficiency into your cost structure. AI will not replace ambitious entrepreneurs. It will expose inefficient ones. The winners will reduce cost per unit, increase decision speed, improve capital allocation, predict demand patterns. AI is not about posting quotes online. It is about operational dominance. And this gap between AI-enabled and legacy businesses will widen aggressively over the next 5 years. Choose wisely. Capital strategy is now a competitive weapon. Funding is not the goal, structure is the goal. Debt, structured finance, growth equity, mezzanine, hybrid instruments. The right capital at the wrong time kills momentum. The wrong capital at the right time creates pressure. India 2026 will reward founders who understand deal making. Capital is leverage. Leverage multiplies outcomes. If you treat fundraising as a transaction instead of architecture, you will dilute without direction. This is where strategic advisory becomes non-negotiable. If this is adding value, like, subscribe the video. Because what we are discussing here is not generic business talk. This is structural positioning for the next decade. Global expansion is not optional anymore. Africa, Middle East, Southeast Asia, these corridors are active. Indian businesses have cost competitiveness and brand trust in these regions, but expansion without structure is expensive experimentation. You need regulatory clarity, cross-border tax structuring, currency planning, strategic partnerships, risk mitigation. Global ambition requires global discipline. The businesses that think internationally from 2026 onward will build disproportionate valuation multiples. Governance will define valuation. Storytelling may get you attention. Governance gets you premium valuation. Clean books, audit discipline, legal clarity, board structure, compliance, integrity. Global capital is ruthless in pricing risk. If your documentation is weak, your valuation is discounted before negotiation begins. Professional governance is not a cost. It is valuation armor. The psychological shift. Here's the biggest barrier: mindset. Too many businesses still say, let's see, market is slow, policy uncertainty, global risk. Risk has always existed. Irrelevance is the new risk. India is entering a compounding decade. Speed matters, execution matters, positioning matters. Passive entrepreneurs will watch aggressive architects build ecosystems. Which side are you on? Immediate action blueprint. If you're serious, here's your aggressive checklist. Audit your business model structurally, identify automation and AI integration immediately, reassess capital structure, build export readiness, strengthen compliance and governance, design a 3-year scale roadmap, build strategic partnerships domestically and globally, move up the value chain, stop playing small. India 2026 is not about incremental growth, it is about disproportionate outcomes. Where strategic architecture comes in, at Red Mammoth Ventures LLP, we operate where ambition meets structure. Capital raising, deal structuring, cross-border expansion, AI enablement advisory, strategic positioning. Macro opportunity is visible. Execution gap is the real battlefield, and this decade will not forgive structure. India's Strategy 2026 is not a celebration, it is a competition. The doors open, but windows close. Next 10 years will define corporate legacies. You can either narrate India's rise or architect your place in it. This is Raj Sukheja signing out. Until next time.